It's always sad to see your favorite TV shows end, but it's so satisfying when they wrap everything up perfectly. So, for today's On Our Mind, I'm wondering what you guys think. What TV shows had some of the best series finale? Because, you know, we talk about the shows that weren't so great. Like, for example, we had throw in that Michael and I both like,
there's
How I Met Your Mother didn't end great.
Yeah, I think everyone, you know, who was watched television and, you know, they can agree that How I Met Your Mother, that ending was
Lost was also one that wasn't great. But good shows. What are some shows that you guys thought, like, I'm satisfied with how this ended?
Yeah, Devin, any thoughts here?
Oh, gosh. I mean, I don't know, though, because I really don't give it a whole lot of thought. There was some of those shows that definitely... that didn't end. I know. There was some cartoons.
I
think about the cartoons. Some of those ended very well, and but as for adult shows, oh goodness, I really don't know. But
well, I'll jump in there, Devin. I think The Office, the U.S. version, did a very good job. I had to clarify, you know, but it was a very good ending just because it was Dwight's wedding and Michael Scott, you know, Steve Carell came back for that one.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not spoiling this for anyone at home. It's been off the air for over a decade, I think. So I think we're good.
I would think you should be okay by that point.
But yeah. It was a really sweet, you know, sentimental ending. Yeah. I think it did well.
I think I'm gonna throw out there two shows. One is like it's an adult cartoon, but BoJack Horseman I feel like ended very well. And then another show that ended well, and then they ruined it when they did a revival.
Oh boy.
And so I don't know if it fully counts, but Gilmore Girls had a fantastic ending. Like Rory was going off. I think she was going to be a journalist. She went to go. I think she was going to go on like Obama's campaign or something.
Oh wow.
And then it comes back 10 years later and. She's like in her mid-30s, and she lost all her ambition, and she's homeless, and it's really unfortunate because one of the characters died in real life, so he died in the show, and it was just...
You know,
that sounds like a really sad
thing. I think you just opened a can of worms here because I think that's why my number one pet peeves is when these shows end very well, I mean, and then you try to bring these revivals back and they're kind of reimagined a bit and it totally just ruins it because sometimes, not always, but sometimes it does because it's like we didn't picture this. Why would he go in this direction?
That is a whole can of worms
undo all the character development, which is what happened in A Year in the Life. But some shows, I feel like How I Met Your Mother, I could see come back maybe.
They did do a new show.
Okay, well, How I Met Your Father, though, is different, I feel like, except it had Barney for an episode.
They made How I Met Your Father?
They had a How I Met Your Father. I think it got a season, maybe two. But it was, it certainly didn't have the same gusto. No. There was none of the same characters except a cameo from Barney.
Yeah.
And his character was great, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
but
you can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong with that character. But it was, you know, certainly, it was not what it once was. But, you know, certainly for the best ending, I'd have to say Office here.
Yeah, The Office. Or we talked New Girl had a good ending. Because it had a future, future,
kind of a look ahead.
Look ahead, let you know what how many kids they're going to have, what their life is like. So, and I think to wrap it up, I think a good series finale answers your questions for their future. And you kind of know.
That is true.
Yes.
Because then it kind of puts a bow on it, so like there's not even the opportunity to have a follow-up remake.
Or maybe there's a resolution that's made that kind of carries throughout the entire series, and they make that resolution at the very end.
Yes, exactly. Well, coming up, see how you can celebrate Pride in the Northwoods this weekend.
But first, of course, it is Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with a recipe for Dad's beer-marinated steak.